as I'm sitting here enjoying my little, you hear the jazz in the back? I love it. From time to time, you might see me flick because I'm skipping the ads. I don't like the ads, so I skip it and get back to it. Keeps me in the groove. Guess what, my supporters? Guess what the topic is on tonight? The topic is on our children. How many of us take the time out to sit down and pray with our children, talk with our children, laugh with our children, play with our children? Do we think they're getting too big, that we can't do that when they reach a certain age? No, they'll never get too big for our parents. We can always enjoy them. We can find ways to really enjoy them. I find out let me take that back. All the time before we eat, we say our prayer. And the prayer, I don't say it, I let them say it. Each one has a turn. Because I want to find out what's on their heart, what they're thinking about. And the heart is what motivates us. So, sometimes they come and be a surprise. I'll point different ones out, and they say it. Because I want to find out what's on their mind. I try to be not strict, but not too tight either. Because I want them to always come back to me on anything they might have to say or anything that's going on into them. I had to learn myself, Times are different than when I came up. Times are totally different. So I got to watch what I say, how I do it. Because like I said in the beginning, I want them to feel free in coming to me. Ask me anything it might be that's on their mind. They want, it could be on sex, it could be anything. I want to be the first to talk to them and tell them. I don't want no strangers or anybody in the street. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but it's good to do that every now and then. Sit down and talk with them when we're eating. Even before I go to bed, I always call them in the room. What y'all doing? Even if they on TikTok or whatever, what y'all doing tonight on TikTok? Just to see what they say, to get into their groove and their moment or whatever they doing. It's very important. Kids don't be babies for long, they grow stages. And before you know it, boom, they up there, they at a certain age. And when they go through them teens, them age like 13 and say 13, 16, sometimes younger, sometimes older. That's when you gotta really watch out, keep your eyes focused. You gotta do everything. Even you can tell sometimes by the things they watch, the music they listen to, the things they wear. It tells a little bit about them. So I try to keep my eyes on them, not tell them how to dress or what to dress, but what look appropriate, especially a young lady and a guy, and see what they say. I get each one of their view on certain things. Even if I'm putting on certain things, I'll ask my grandson, come here, because he's at the age 17. How does this look? Do it look to this, to that? Do it look modest? And he'll give me his, the way he feel about it, how it looks. The same with the girls. It's so important because social media is coming in between our kids. It's taking over, it's grabbing them. You hear so much on social media of what they doing to our kids, how they lure them, especially these older men, how they lure these kids that's very naive of what's going on with social media. I remember back when I was growing up, we had MySpace. I loved MySpace. But one thing about Tom, he ain't playing around. He's going to take it down if it ain't right. Today, the kids got a little more leniency with these different social media that's out. And people take it for granted. They don't take it for what it's supposed to be used for, what you can do with it. So that's why we have to be not on top of our kids, but beside them and back, if not in front, just to say. Sometimes I be in my room, my ears hear everything. They think I'm deaf. I ain't deaf. Ain't nothing deaf about it. I listen and I hear. And then if I hear something ain't right, I'll call maybe whoever's saying it or, doing it. What's going on? Because I heard such and such. What's going on? Is it a problem? Because there's so much going on. We got to keep our kids tight as we can get. The killing and the games, the different things that's going on, So kids is like sponges. They absorb it so fast. Or they think everybody's their friend or their man. And you know, most of the time, the closest people to you is the ones you gotta watch. And that's what I try to tell them. Just watch. You know, it's so important. They don't realize how important it is. But it's very important. And they'll know it when they get older. Because I didn't understand it when my mother was telling me. And times was much better back when I was growing up. Not that I'm old, but when I was growing up, times was a little better. Generation was a little better. And whatnot. You know, even when you fight, whoever wins, they win. They lose, they lose. They're not coming back. Not today. You might have heard me mention that in the previous video. I mentioned it because it's so true. We have to really, really, really keep a tight rein on our kids. It's just like a horse when they move. You move them in the direction. You do it by the thing that goes around their mouth and stuff. And we don't want to keep a tight rein, but we have to, at some point, keep it tight. Because that's how bad this world is out there. It is really bad. So I want to sit down and see what's going on with them, especially when it comes to social media. Because, like I said, social media is really taking over. Them kids, they get on, so they can tell you everything about social media, from TikTok to Instagram to Snapchat, you know, YouTube, whatever it might be. And it's okay for them viewing it, but I want them to realize what it's for them, what you can get out of it, you know? Because so much things are being misled, misunderstood on social media. And before you know it, your child is in something that you like, wow, you know? But it's so easy to get tangled up. Very easy to get tangled up. Excuse me again. I know I just started out, but it ain't nothing like a little cold water. As I listened on a Wednesday night to this jazz. Jazz get me in the mood. Jazz keep me flowing, you know? Yeah, but that's why I chose this topic today about children, the awareness, because we need to hear the awareness on our kids. It doesn't matter what age they are, because this trafficking and all this other nonsense that's going on is so important that we stay in tune with our kids. We have to be in tune. We have to know who they talking to, who they're around, what they doing on these different social media. And it doesn't mean that you being strict or tight on them. It's just that you want to know. You want to know what's going on. Don't excuse me. I told you I'm skipping it because I like my jazz. All this other stuff I don't want to hear. Not right now. I got to stay in the mood. But again, you got to be like that because of what's going on today. Today is a world that's so cruel out there, very cruel. It has no love for kids, for us, for nothing. It's like a doggy world. So you gotta keep an eye on any way. You gotta keep an eye on the entertainment. You gotta keep an eye on the social media. You gotta keep an eye on everything when it comes to our children. And it's not because you want to be tight or you don't want them to be with anybody. It's no, first of all, it's because we love them. We love them. We don't want nothing to happen to them. Because it happened in a blink of an eye like that. Just like that. So it's so important. From when they're little to they big. It doesn't matter of age. It starts out when they go start in kindergarten all the way up to the 12th grade. So you got to be in tune so you know what's going on. And it's crazy sometimes because it's not the friends. They're friends sometimes. You got to watch out now for the teachers. Whew. You know, as crazy as it sounds, but as real as it is, you have to watch out for them. Some of them are poaching some of these nice-looking kids we have, the guys and the girls. So you really have to stay in tune. You got to find out how was school, what's going on, what was you learning, what was the teacher. It's so important. It's really important. You know? When you see any signs of your child not, you know, acting right or something's going on or he's in a mood, you gotta watch it. Because even with the bullying's on social media. When you look at these social media and you see these kids fighting, you know, against one another, you go, wow, what's going on? Why are they fighting like that? I mean, they really getting it in. You know, so you wonder where's this all deriving from. We don't know. And that's why it's so important to stay in tune with the kids, to ask them questions when they come in from school. Or if they're coming in and it's a little too late, especially if you don't ask me or you don't say, Mom, you know, Thursday I'm going to be a little late because I'm going such and such. Okay. And don't take it for granted that I'm going to believe that you're going to go to such and such. It's not that I don't believe you, but kids try you. So I might wind up with you telling me that you're going and you're not there. Then you got a problem because you told me before you left, Mom, do you mind Thursday, such and such? And you want to believe your kids. You want to believe it. Yes, guys, ladies, gentlemen, we have to be so in tune with our children. That's why from time to time, I call them in the kitchen and we'll cook a little meal or something together, something that they like to do. You know, we'll get in the kitchen, stir it up, get it together. Or we'll walk to the store, not walk, you know, we'll get a ride to the store. You know, have my daughter drive us to the store. And give us time to spend out, you know, spend time together. And when because it's so, as I sit here and think about it more and more, it's becoming so prone. It's becoming like it's nothing for our kids to get snatched or be missing. You know, in the instant of an eye wink, your child is gone. So that's why I tell mine, if you tell me that you're going somewhere, be at that place that you're going. Because if anything happened to you, I know where you told me you're going, where you're supposed to be at. So if you're going to tell me a lie because you want to go, you're hurting yourself in the long run. You're hurting yourself because you don't know who out there don't have your back. All these ones you call that your friends, no, everybody is not your friend, not everybody, you know? So that's why I picked this topic, because there's so much going on with our young ones. There's so much. So that's why I took the time out to talk about this topic, so we can see and stay on the same page. Even if we're in the same book, we might not be on the same page, but we're in the same book, you know, by keeping an eye out. I always tell my kids, I got parentheals on the side. I can see in the back, the front, the side. You know? That's how important it is. It's so easy to get wind up, or it's so easy to get in a whole bunch of nonsense. Here we go again, my supporters. Now I have to skip this. It's so easy to get wind and tie up in something. It is. All that gossip, he said, she said, we said, and you never got to really who said it. Leave it alone, I tell my kids. Leave it. It doesn't matter. As long as nobody putting their hands on you, so what? If they call you this and the names, it's just names. So what? They talked about Jesus. Who are we? We're not greater than him. His best friend portrayed him. So who are we? You know, so the more that our kids know about that we on the same page in the same book, they would be more on curious. I mean, not curious. They would be more cautious. Okay, my supporters. What I'm trying to say is, let's stay in tune with our children. Let's keep our ears open. Let's listen more and talk less, so we can find out. I'm starting with myself. I have a lot of things that I'm learning. I'm still learning. I'm learning from my children. So if anybody out there have anything they want to, maybe you know some other ways that we can do this, please drop it in my channel, at the bottom of my description. Let me know if anything that we all can do so we could be in the same book, on the same page. Keep our children safe as possible. Drop me a line. I would love to hear. I would love to do another topic on it, because it's so prevalent. It's so serious that we really gotta be on top of things. Until then, to the next time, my supporters and my non-supporters, whoever wants to support me, I love it. If you like what the topic was about today, leave me a comment. Hit that button. Hey, I'm trying to get up to, let's see if I can get up to at least another 500 subscribers. Help me. Support me. If you feel everything I'm saying is right and true, help me. we all can have all eyes in all parts of the earth to watch our children. Until then, I love y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video coming up real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.